Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
Washington Post World, September 11, 12:15 America, New York. Report. Gas explosion in Chinese apartment building kills 8. A Chinese news agency says 8 people were killed in an explosion and fire caused by a leak from a liquefied gas cylinder in an apartment building in the Northeast. Washington Post World, September 11, 12:13 America, New York. Strong typhoon increases in force as it heads toward Taiwan. Taiwan's Weather Bureau is warning of high winds and heavy rain as Typhoon Chantha roars toward the island and says the storm center is likely to pass its east coast instead of hitting land.
September 11, 11:28 America, New York. Cristiano Ronaldo scores 2 goals on his return to Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2 goals during his first game back at Manchester United on Saturday against Newcastle United in the Premier League.
Washington Post World, September 11, 11:28 America, New York. Peru. Abimael Guzmán, head of Shining Path Insurgency, dies. The Peruvian government says Abimael Guzmán, the leader of the brutal Shining Path Insurgency in Peru who was captured in 1992, has died in a military hospital after an illness. Washington Post World, September 11, 11:25 America, New York. China pledges 3 million COVID vaccine shots to Vietnam. China plans to donate 3 million doses of its coronavirus vaccine to Vietnam. Washington Post World, September 11, 11:23 America, New York. Japan. Vietnam signed defense transfer deal amid China worries. Japan can now give Vietnam defense equipment and technology under an agreement signed by the two countries Saturday.
BBC News World, September 11, 10:56 America, New York. Moments of silence as families recited names of victims. On the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attack, New York City held moments of silence for the lost 2,977 lives.
Time, September 11, 10:48 America, New York. Apple faces threat to major revenue stream as judge orders changes to its App Store. Apple Inc. was ordered to make a major change to the way it generates money from its App Store, in a ruling that chips away at the iPhone maker's grip on the $100 billion market for mobile games. Time, September 11, 10:38 America, New York. 20 years after 9/11, the West can still salvage its standing in the world. When I deployed to Afghanistan in 2001 to help dismantle the Al-Qaeda network, I did so with a sense of hope. In the wake of history's worst terrorist attacks, the United States had resolved to root out evil, and the world had rallied behind us.
September 11, 10:36 America, New York. Israeli police recapture 4 of 6 escaped Palestinian prisoners. Israeli police say 4 of the 6 men who escaped from a prison in northern Israel on Monday have now been recaptured.
CNN.com World, September 11, 10:36 America, New York. Israeli police recapture 4 of 6 escaped Palestinian prisoners. Israeli police say 4 of the 6 men who escaped from a prison in northern Israel on Monday have now been recaptured.
World CBS News.com. September 11, 10:31 America, New York. Queen Elizabeth prays for victims and survivors of 9/11. The Queen said her thoughts and prayers were with everyone affected by the terrorist attack.
Washington Post World, September 11, 10:29 America, New York. Hurricane Larry wipes out power, trees in Newfoundland. People in the Canadian Atlantic Coast province of Newfoundland woke up to streets littered with branches and debris, torn and tossed around by the ferocious winds of Hurricane Larry.
September 11, 10:23 America, New York. Biden and the First Lady are joined by the Obamas and the Clintons for a tribute in New York as the U.S. marks the anniversary of 9/11. Live updates, photos, remembering 9/11. September 11, 10:17 America, New York. NYPD intelligence strategies employed after 9/11 are now used to fight everyday crime. In the aftermath of 9/11, New York City law enforcement officials developed a strategy designed to gain intelligence and develop technology to prevent any more attacks.
Time, September 11, 10:16 America, New York. After 9/11, I was not prepared to prepare my kids for this. Well, hello. I'm so glad you're here. A version of this article also appeared in the It's Not Just You newsletter. Sign up here to receive a new edition every Saturday.
September 11th. 1012 America, New York. Opinion: Osama bin Laden changed history on 9/11, but not in the ways he expected. Who could have predicted that in the 2 decades following the 9/11 attacks, the United States would wage various kinds of military operations in 7 Muslim countries, in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, Pakistan, Somalia, Syria and Yemen, at the cost of at least $6 trillion and more than 7,000 American lives.
Washington Post World, September 11, 10:06 America, New York. Iran says UN Atomic Agency head arriving in Tehran for talks. Iran says that the head of the International Atomic Energy Organization is arriving in the country for talks with Iranian officials.
Time: September 11, 10:06 America, New York. President Biden, Obama and Clinton mark 9/11 in New York City with a display of unity. New York. 3 presidents and their wives stood somberly side by side at the National September 11 Memorial, sharing a moment of silence to mark the anniversary of the nation's worst terror attack with a display of unity.
RT World News, September 11, 10 o'clock America, New York. No regret. Frenchman who did jail time for slapping President Macron says he received hundreds letters of support. A man who spent several months behind bars for slapping French President Emmanuel Macron this summer has said he has received many letters in support of his political action.
Wall Street Journal World News. September 11, 9:48 America, New York. Brazil moves away from Chinese COVID-19 vaccine. Brazil's federal government has halted negotiations over additional doses of Sinovac vaccine and has said it won't recommend use of Coronavac for a 3rd booster shot.
RT World News, September 11, 9:36 America, New York. War spending is a tax on working people who just want to live in peace, Roger Waters tells RT. The former Pink Floyd frontman spoke to RT's Going Underground on the anniversary of the 9/11 attacks and the 1973 U.S.-backed coup in Chile, which led the right-wing dictator Augusto Pinochet to power. New York Times World News, September 11, 9:24 America, New York. 4,000-year-old coffin found in English golf course. Workers digging in a pond at the Tetney Golf Club discovered a waterlogged coffin containing the remains of a man who archaeologists said was buried about 4,000 years ago. Ian Panter, the head of conservation at York Archaeological Trust, with the Bronze Age log coffin discovered on a British golf course in 2018.